नहीं हुआ होगा, मैं बोल रही नहीं हुआ होगा। ये आ गया। लो लगा
हो गया।
अरे कौन से बटन दबाए थे जो HDMI को आया?
देखा थोड़ी।
Yes, Bishan bhai. Good morning. Yes, Bishan bhai.
Good morning. So,
Good morning.
hello.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Yes. So, good morning, all. Yes, Anjali Ben.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Uh, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, now we are playing ICI Moto song. I request all the participants to put their right hand on their heart.
य एषः सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एषः सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्द्वैता 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 एतद्द्वैता
So, good morning, all. On this pleasant Sunday morning, we are thankful to all of you that you all gathered today on this Sunday morning. As you know that Ahmedabad branch is organizing GST RRC every year, and this year also we are going to launch the same. This year also we are going to launch the same, and it is on 5th, 6th, 7th of February. So request you to register yourself, and also we are going to have our own student conference, and that is International Student Conference on 16th and 17th of this month, that is January. And request all the members to get their articles sponsored and try to motivate them to register for this event. So now we are going to hear more on the request CA Anjali Choksi. Thank you. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes. Now audible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Bishan bhai, for the wonderful start. A very warm welcome to the esteemed faculty for today, Dr. Ajit Kukreja. My dear students, CA members and their spouses, welcome to this amazing series of health, whereby it has now become a ritual that every Sunday morning uh, we look forward for these amazing sessions where every aspect of health is covered. Today is one of a very important and an esteemed faculty for today is Dr. Ajit Kukreja, a very senior, experienced, renowned, highly respected anorectal surgeon. He's an MBBS, MS, fixed from USA, and icing on the cake is he's also done LLB. He's one of the members of Association of Colon and Rectal Surgeons of India. He's one of the senior doctor at Midas Touch Hospital, and his OPD timings are in the morning from 10 to 12. A qualified medico-legal consultant, and he has a keen interest in surgical, laparoscopic, and open gastroenterology and coloproctology. Please pardon me if I misuse, if I am not able to take the proper understanding, because chartered accountancy and this medical terminology are a little bit difficult to understand. He's among the top 6 anorectal surgeons of India. He's also an author to Anorectal Surgery Made Easy with interactive DVD rooms. And of course, the profile is very long. But in order to have a more, in order to have an interactive session and to hear more from him, I will not take much time. We are very, very privileged and glad to have him with us. And I now request Dr. Ajit ji to take the session further. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Shehzad ji, can we have that slide, please? Yes, Dr. Ajit Kukreja ji, you can start the session.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. I'm thankful to Ahmedabad branch of WIRC of ICAI and the Ahmedabad branch of WICASA for giving me this opportunity to interact with you on a topic which is something which bothers one and all, yet most of you feel, how do you approach your doctor? Most of the times when you have a doctor with you, the presentations are a medical jargon. As against that, my presentations would have few self-explanatory images, no text on any slide. Not for this session, for any international medical session also, my slides, they don't contain any text. I always love that you put up questions and we discuss upon them. So I'll give you a brief of the disease, how it happens and when you should approach your doctor. And then we'll have a good interactive session. Can I share my screen? If you could take up this Midas slide away. This is all what CA Anjali spoke about me. I'll not go into details about all this thing. The topic that we'll discuss is something which all these 33 years I listen from my patients. Okay, taklif evi che na sevai na kevai. You know, the things have changed. Piles now is something which you don't need to bear. સેવાની જરૂર જ નથી. અને કહેવાની વાત આવે so you just go to your doctor, approach them, discuss about it, get treated in few hours, go back home and talk to your colleagues also. Ask them to get treated because the complications of piles can lead to hazards. For a general layman, When I say layman, it includes every intellectual other than a medical person. Anything and everything in the anorectal region, મળદ્વારની આજુબાજુની દરેક તકલીફ, they feel it is piles. But there are so many pathologies. When we consider the disease around anorectal region, as Anjali mentioned, I have authored a textbook which is a 544-page reference book on only anorectal disease. So you can think of the volume of problems that a patient can face in this small area. A general surgeon has to look after the patient from head to toe. And the more you specialize, your territory reduces. A very eminent author in our medical college days, Park, had defined a specialist as a person who knows more and more about less and less. And this is what has happened to me. I started as a general surgeon way back in '87. And today I'm restricted to only 6 inches of your large intestine. As you can see in this picture, these are the piles, the internal and the external. There is always a confusion in mind of the patients. Okay, what happens that they should approach the doctor that they have piles. This is something how the piles look, or you can feel them from outside. Most of the patients that approach us for piles are 3rd and 4th degree piles. The earlier phases of the piles are either diagnosed during a health checkup, or the patients would have had anemia, blood loss or anything, and then they come to us. This is an endoscopic picture. When you visualize from within, these are how the piles look up. A lot of patients come to me and ask me, okay, what is the frequency that I would get piles? I'll tell you something very unusual. We don't have an authentic data for Indian patients. But as far as US is concerned, it is said that every US citizen above 50 years of age would get his consultation done for piles once in his lifetime. And this is what it predicts. At this stage, even if you examine your mobile, it too would have androids. Androids is a synonym with hemorrhoids, what we generally know as piles. Another confusion in the mind of the patients is the internal and the external hemorrhoids. કે મને બહાર તો મસા છે જ નહીં, તો તમે કઈ રીતે કહો છો કે મને મસાની તકલીફ છે, કે મને બ્લીડિંગ બી નથી થતું. Usually એવું થાય છે કે patients, when they come to us with bleeding, the piles have grown to stage 3 and stage 4 and they have eroded. When they strain, they pass hard stool, they injure the piles. Another thing which I would clear for all of you, that piles are normal cushions which are present in the body. They are arteries, veins, and supportive tissue which help maintain the continence of the patient. But when these vessels, they get congested because of chronic constipation or straining, and the supporting tissue gets disrupted, the piles, they start hanging. That is what we call them, the prolapse piles. And the vessels, because of congestion, they get eroded and they start bleeding. Now there is a small difference between the internal and the external pile. There are internal piles which the prolapse are called interno-external piles, and this is what you call the external pile. External piles are usually in the subcutaneous plane, the layer below the skin. For the knowledge of the audience, the piles are classified in 4 grades. The first grade, the patients don't have any prolapse, they don't feel any piles. In the second grade, you would feel that there are some piles, but they go back spontaneously. You don't have to manually reduce them. In grade 3, you have to manually reduce them, and in grade 4 you cannot reduce them. We are coming up with a new classification where I have classified early grade 2. Very soon we are coming up with practice parameters for Indian doctors, of which I am a task force member with the Association Colorectal Surgeons of India. We have defined a early grade 2, which is for the medical doctors. If you have a medical son or doctor, ask them to contact me. I'll explain them what we mean by early grade 2. These are the external piles. These are not internal piles. This is how it looks. The blood get clotted in the skin below the skin layer of the anorectal region, and it gives very excruciating pain. Usually most of the times there are a lot of confusions regarding the causes of the piles. As you can see in this slide, 50 to 80% of the population of the world at one stage would suffer from the symptoms of hemorrhoids. It is an enormous problem. 33 years and I have treated more than 15,000 piles with non-invasive surgery. I have lost the numbers when we used to do conventional surgery. 2004 onwards, we started doing all these advanced procedures. Today, we are offering around 18 different procedures for piles. And we have done more than 15,000 procedures in Ahmedabad for this. And there are more than 150 surgeons in Ahmedabad. Think of the volume Ahmedabad would be facing. So the causes that you find primarily is the constipation, the diet, hereditary, long hours on the toilet seat, the culprit being the mobile. Another thing which most of them miss is this area, pregnancy related piles. These happen because of the hormonal changes and the pressure of the gravid uterus, the pregnant uterus, on the vessels of anorectum. This is what we suggest. We ask the patient usually to reduce the toilet seat time. Constipation treatment includes lot of guided toilet time training. We spend 45-minute session with patients for biofeedback managing their constipation. Lot of you would feel surprised કે constipation તો ફાકી લેવાથી મટી જાય, કાયમ ચૂર્ણ લેવાથી મટી જાય. No, it's not that easy. My book out of 544 pages has 67 pages on management of constipation. More than 1/10 of is on management of constipation. It's not an easy job. We treat patients for as good as 6 months to 18 months. So don't take constipation very lightly. We'll just rush through the reasons of the constipation. The first is lack of fiber in the diet. Little fiber, little intake of water, little fiber. You need to increase the intake of fiber in your diet. Youngsters are used to consuming very little amount of liquids. We recommend as good as 3 liters of liquids per day and more than 3 in summers. Changes in the routine and excessive time on the toilet seat. Stress is another major factor which leads to constipation. Low physical activity. This is one thing which I always ask my patients to take it very seriously. The sitting posture on your toilet seat. The Indian squatting position was the perfect position to relieve constipation. If you recollect, hardly would you find our forefathers facing constipation. It was because of the squatting position. The curvature of the spine and the rectal position, if you could see in the squatting position, would be parallel to this one. So this is what we recommend. I ask the patients કે એક પાટલું પગની નીચે મૂકીને થોડી કમર આગળ નમાવીને ટોયલેટ સીટ પર બેસવાની ટેવ પાડો. This would reduce lot of your strain on the rectum because the recto-anal angle would be relieved and you won't have to strain while passing feces. What are the symptoms that happen to you when you should approach your doctor? There is perianal itching. A lot of patients, they feel that perianal itching to karamiya thi thai, worms thi thai. As good as 13 years old patients, they have hemorrhoids. So if you have perianal itching, approach your doctor. You might be suffering from hemorrhoids. If you have painful defecation, pricking sensation, you feel it is hurting while passing stool, approach your doctor. If you are bleeding while passing stool, maybe lot of reasons. Bleeding per rectum in itself is a full question. During postgraduate surgery exams, there's a paper on essay writing where you get a single liner essay for 100 marks. There is no option. And my favorite question is bleeding per rectum. The student has to write for 3 hours on this simple symptom, but it could be piles. You feel lot of burning sensation after passing stool that you need to rush and take rest. Lot of people are known to be using the inflated tubes of the tire vehicles and all those household remedies to relieve these symptoms. This is how you feel, as if a spear is pricking you when you pass stool, when you have hemorrhoids. To summarize the symptoms, if you have anal swellings or lumps with pain, they are usually external hemorrhoids. If you are bleeding during bowel movements, itchiness, then they are the internal hemorrhoids, which are located within the anorectal region. This is what we discussed earlier, the prevalence of hemorrhoids. A broad data says 50 to 85% of people world over, they suffer from symptomatic or asymptomatic hemorrhoids. The volume of patients that we receive, I think at least in India, it would be more than 90%. These are few myths we would discuss. Another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll go to the interactive question answer session. Would the sitting on hard surface or a cold surface cause hemorrhoids? As I had mentioned earlier, the primary cause for hemorrhoids is constipation, hereditary, low fiber in the diet. It is not that you sit on a hard surface. There are people who come to me, they say they are computer operators or computer programmers. They are into sitting for hours on the chair, and that is why they have developed hemorrhoids. It's not so. This is a myth that is prevailing in your minds. Forget that thing. We have patients who have been operated today morning, and in the afternoon they drive their vehicles to Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra without any issues immediately after a few hours of surgery. So sitting on any surface hardly matters. Another thing which few people feel is, I'm too young to have hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids is a disease of elderly people. The prevalence of hemorrhoids is maximum between 45 and 65. That's the international data. In our Indian patients, we see it prevalent anything about 35 and 50s. But you would be surprised, the youngest patient I have operated is 13 years old, and the elderly lady I operated was 105 years old. There is always a criticism કે 105 વર્ષના માજીને ઓપરેશન કરવાની શું જરૂર છે, કેટલું જીવાના છે. Again, I tell my patients, it is not how long you live, it is how you live. The quality of life matters. With this generation, the quality of life matters a lot. At 105, if a patient has hemorrhoids and she keeps on bleeding, the anemia would cause more problems than a young patient. So any age you are suitable for hemorrhoids. Again, the question arises કે 105 વર્ષે તો બહુ બધા રોગ હોય, diabetes, blood pressure, heart. So I'll tell you one thing. With the advancement in technology, we have procedures. We can operate upon a patient who has undergone bypass today, and in the evening I can operate upon that patient. I have operated patients who are operated for cancer rectum, who have pregnancy. There is a safe period when your obstetrician allows me, I can operate a pregnant lady, a diabetic patient on insulin if the blood levels have gone very low. So comorbidities with us are not an issue. Recently, just 3 or 4 days back, we operated a patient who had been COVID positive on 18th. She had a very bad blood loss after COVID. 18th of November, she was COVID positive, and we operated her. So comorbidities are not an issue with the new technologies. This is another myth. Most of the patients, they come to me and tell me કે તીખું ખાઉં છું ને એટલે થાય છે, કે મેં થોડા દિવસથી તીખું ખાવાનું બંધ કર્યું છે પણ તકલીફ મટતી નથી. This is a fairly wrong concept. Spicy meals, they cause you symptoms. If you have been operated for a conventional surgery and there is a raw area and you take a spicy meal, it is going to burn when passing stool. But Spicy meals, they by themselves don't cause any constipation. I have a very patent statement to my patients regarding post-operative diet, because they carry a long list. આ ખાવું કે ના ખાવું, એપલ ખાવું તો છોલીન ખાવું કે નહીં, બિયા કાઢવાના કે નહીં, this that. We don't get irritated, but yes, I have a very simple statement for my patients કે ખાવામાં મારું મગજ નહીં ખાશો અને પીવામાં મારું લોહી નહીં પીશો. Everything else is permissible. You can have 500 gram dal vada and 500 gram green chilies on the evening of surgery. I won't blame you if there is recurrence. The recurrence will happen if it has to happen. Reason being, if you don't manage your constipation. Spicy meals would never cause reoccurrence. What is important is high fiber diet. We recommend as good as 25 to 30 grams of fiber in the diet. બધાને એવા છે કે ફાઈબર મળે કઈ રીતે. We Indians are vegetarians. We have so many things. This is a self-explanatory picture of these things. Everything is very high in fiber. Green leafy vegetables, papaya, banana, oatmeals, chia seeds, almonds. Just see that your fiber intake and the volume of liquids that you consume is high, and I'm sure you would never have hemorrhoids. This we discussed, piles in pregnancy. This is a very tricky situation because once treated with the next pregnancy, again the patient can have hemorrhoids because these are due to the hormonal changes. The vessels, they have a venous tone which relaxes with the hormonal changes, because the uterus and everything has a smooth muscle which needs to kept relaxed so that there is no early expulsion of the fetus. This also reduces the venous tone of the vessels. Plus, what happens, the gravid uterus causes lot of pressure on the veins which have a return flow back from the anorectal region to the heart. So the veins, they get engorged and they easily rupture. The best thing we advise to the pregnant females is diet and medical treatment, management of their constipation. The only situation when they need surgery is if the piles get thrombosed, the external pile that I had shown you in the pictures. If it gets thrombosed, it has to be treated in the initial 48 to 72 hours. If the patient doesn't come in that period, these patients also need to be taken care of conservatively. If their hemoglobin is falling repeatedly, even after supplementation of iron, or they are prolapsed completely and the patient is in bed agony. These are three situations when we ask the patient to get operated, only after consulting their obstetrician. મને મસાશે, હું કસરત કરી શકું કે નહીં? Obviously, any exercise is permissible, any yoga, meditation is permissible. What would surprise you is if the patient has grade 3 and 4 piles, which they have to manually reduce, or they keep prolapsing outside and they are not able to reduce, we on the contrary send them to pelvic therapist. Now there is a super specialty branch in physiotherapy which we train at our centers. We train the physiotherapists also. So in case if you have a child who is into physiotherapy and wants to go for something super special and different from others, we train them into pelvic therapy. This is for the pelvic floor descent, where the piles they prolapse, the rectum prolapses, even you would be aware of the uterine prolapse, ગર્ભાશય બી નીચે આવી જતું હોય. એ બધી સિચ્યુએશનમાં we train this physiotherapist for the pelvic floor exercises, and they are certified as pelvic therapists. So exercise in any way is going to be helpful to these patients, but it has to be guided. Any random weightlifting exercise is not going to help the piles patient. This area, if you see, has cancer, malignancy. Middle-aged and elderly patients who come with the symptoms of hemorrhoids, they are always concerned if they have cancer or not. Because one thing which they are always worried about is not hemorrhoids, but cancer. So once you relieve their agony or relieve their stress that you don't have malignancy, and see how they get lost for surgery. They would never turn out back for surgery, even if their hemoglobin starts falling. So usually we tell the patients કે તમારે ગભરાવાનું નથી, પણ લાપરવા રહેશો નહીં, because hemorrhoids have their own inherent problems, which are going to give you agony, which would be more than the agony you could have with malignancy. But one thing which, at least for my medical colleagues, I always tell them to keep in mind is perform a lower GI endoscopy or at least a sigmoidoscopy of this region in all patients above 35 years of age. We don't operate hemorrhoids without sigmoidoscopy in patients above 35 years of age, because the prevalence of colorectal cancer increases after 35 with a peak at 45 and 50 years of age. And these patients can present with secondary hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids which are because of pressure of this growth. If they have a cancer over here, this can cause pressure and the veins here can get dilated. And these are patients who have no constipation. They come with altered bowel habits. They have diarrhea followed by constipation, followed by diarrhea. These sessions keep on changing, altering diarrhea and constipation. And then it should click in your mind that this patient needs an endoscopic examination, and then only proceed if they are negative for malignancy. If they have malignancy, get this treated first, otherwise the piles are going to recur again and again, plus this patient will end up into metastasis and the life of the patient would be miserable. Most of the patients feel કે મસા તો પાછા થવાના જ છે, તો હું સર્જરી શા માટે કરાવું? Yes, the reoccurrence with conventional modalities was quite high. Now we have procedures. See, if you go on this track, you find these procedures. All these procedures are advanced procedures with experienced hands and different modalities. The recurrence rate goes to as low as 3%. So in case the patient has a reoccurrence, it would start with grade 1. It won't be those prolapsing piles which would reduce the hemoglobin to 2 grams. which would give the agony of the prolapse, the symptoms. So you need to get operated to relieve yourself of all the symptoms and agony of hemorrhoids rather than considering the recurrence rate. This is one procedure which is completely non-invasive and is good for all grades of pile, HAL-RAR. It is hemorrhoidal artery ligation and rectoanal repair. The way patients get facelift done, we do a mucosa lift. The prolapsing mucosa, we do a lift endoscopically. And most of the patients, we have the highest series on this earth for these type of patients who have undergone HAL-RAR. And obviously this would be the smile on the face of the patient after getting this surgery done. Some good day, we expect the patients carrying this tagline on their t-shirts. You would have seen so many taglines. The young generation always going for social media and selfies, presenting everything they have liked. I would be waiting for some of my patients coming up with this tagline because they would have been relieved without agony of their hemorrhoids. For the benefit of the participants here who have their children who are into medicine, this is the Amazon bestseller reference book, which could be of help to their children. Thanking you all for a patient listening. We can continue with the interactive session.
So if any member has a question, then I request them to put or type the same in the chat box, so we can take the help of our learned faculty to resolve na koine kehvaye and na koine sevaye. So as a precautionary measures also, if someone want to ask, then please. Yes, sir. Sir, the question is from today presentation, I can say that it is type 3 piles since November 2011. I do have constipation, but not frequent. What should I do, sir?
See, if you have constipation and you have grade 3 piles, the first thing you should do is get your hemoglobin checked. If the hemoglobin is not normal, most of the patients, because of chronic standing, their body gets adapted to low levels of hemoglobin, so they don't get symptoms of anemia. So we recommend the patients getting their hemoglobin done. If the hemoglobin has gone below the normal levels, obviously the patient should prefer going for a surgery.
Thank you, sir. There are no other questions in the chat box.
Can we ask?
Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have heard in one naturopathy sessions about managing constipation. They recommend this lower version of enema, like 200 mLs. Sir, what are your thoughts on that? About like how safe the practice is, and like I would like to know about that, because I heard in managing constipation that they recommend this lower version of enema, like just 200 mLs, and they say it like you can do this practice every day also as a part of cleansing routine. So what are your views on that?
I'll tell you, see, enema is something which is a mechanical cleaning of the bowel. We usually train the bowel and regulate the bowel. So after a phase of our treatment, you don't need medications, only your diet control is all that you need. With mechanical cleansing, the treatment is not done. It is a timely procedure. You do it today, you are done. Tomorrow again, you need to do it. So how long are you going to do that thing? Nature has given a bowel which regulates itself. Why do you want to passively ask it to cleanse it? See, you are able to walk. After a period, the child, once it starts walking, would you hold the child's hand for life and make it walk? The child would be able to walk actively on its own. Why do you want to passively control it? Similarly, once the bowel starts getting regulated, why do you want to mechanically, passively cleanse it? This would be my concern. I would prefer regulating the bowel rather than cleansing it mechanically.
And sir, how safe is the practice?
Safety wise, so there is no harm. See, enema is, if done properly, there is no harm. But if there is a mechanical injury, recently we had a surgery done at LG hospital. You would have read in newspaper 3 days back only. There was a truck driver who had introduced a hose pipe, and then he used air, and his intestines were ruptured. 3 days back, it was in all the newspapers. So if you are not used to introducing the tube inside, you can create perforations in the rectum. So all depends on your training, how you use it. Otherwise, taking an enema is not going to give you any harm.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the question is from one of the participants that I face the problem for 4 to 5 months every year, and rest months I don't have problem. Generally, after winter, I feel external piles. What precaution I shall take? Any Ayurvedic medicine with no side effect?
Firstly, I see this question raised by Utkarsh Bhai. Utkarsh, I'll tell you, I am not well versed with Ayurveda, one thing. Secondly, if you have recurrent problems every year for 4 to 5 months, you should definitely get yourself examined. Could be you have a chronic colitis or irritable bowel syndrome, which is causing these symptoms to reoccur. If you treat the root cause, maybe your symptoms may stop reoccurring, and then you can manage piles for once and all.
Sir, there is one more question that how to manage piles occurred due to long sitting hours.
We had a discussion about this. I khoti manyata se. It is a myth. Piles, they don't occur with long sitting hours. So if there are piles, they are occurring because of constipation and not long sitting hours. 90% of patients who enter our chamber, the person who has raised a question, ask him to talk to me. He would say he doesn't have constipation, and once the consultation is finished, he would be disheartened that he had this constipation for all these years and nobody explained him what constipation is. So primarily, we need to generate awareness in the minds of our patients that constipation is something which you are not aware of. You need to know what constipation is. It is not long sitting hours which is causing piles.
Sir, we heard that to solve the problem of constipation, there are certain yogic kriyas, and there is Sankh Prakshalan, which has been advised by so many yogic gurus. So what about what your view on that? Shall we practice this or no?
Any disease, see, we earlier in all these 33 years, I've been practicing everything. We used to practice cancer also, all GI, liver cancers also. The patients used to come up with all alternative therapies. One point which I would stress upon is you continue with alternative therapies, but don't give up modern medicine. This could lead to hazards. Constipation management, as I told you, we take as good as 6 months to 18 months to treat constipation. Only yoga and all these therapies, they won't be able to treat the constipation. They will definitely assist treating whatever role. We have never denied the role of the ancient Indian therapies. You would be surprised to know the history of surgery. The first ever history of anorectal surgery has regarding fistula in ano, je Bagandar kahiye છે, is known way back 4,000 years back in the books of Sushruta. Some good day, if we have a session on fistula in ano, we'll discuss about that thing. Sushruta used to operate fistula in ano 4,000 years back. So it is not that ancient Indian medicine or yoga has no role, but scientifically we don't know the details about it. So our stand on it is you continue that thing, but along with it, you should continue the modern medicine.
Yes, sir. Another question is that can we have a back pain due to piles?
Back pain due to piles is usually an associated symptom. It is the posture or long sitting on toilet seat which causes straining and everything. It is a secondary symptom. It is not the primary symptom of the disease.
So there are no other questions, sir, now.
I could see Dr. Nandlal Sharda was raising a hand. If you could see
Yes.
if he has any question.
Nandlal sir, I have unmute you. Sir, kindly unmute, and if you want to ask, you can ask.
I think
Yeah, is not there now.
please.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can I ask one more question?
Please go ahead.
Sir, you mentioned in one of the presentation slides that that we need to manage. There is one of the reason is long sitting time in the bathroom. What is the good time?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Dr. Sharda.
Am I here? Yes. असां सिंधीअ में चयल आहे कर्ज़ वॾो मर्ज़ आहे ऐं डॉक्टर अजीत साहब ॾाढो सवलो सम्झायो आहे त कर्ज़ खां बि वॾो मर्ज़ कब्ज़ी आहे ऐं कब्ज़ीअ लाइ पाण चवंदा आहियूं त कब्ज़ी जेका आहे सभु मर्ज़ जी माउ आहे ऐं उन माउ जो इलाज कीअं कजे उहो बि डॉक्टर साहब ॾाढो सुठे नमूने सम्झायो आहे तंहिंजे करे जेकॾहिं कब्ज़ी खे लाहींदासीं त घणी बीमारियूं बि लहिजी वेंदियूं ऐं घटि में घटि पाइल्स जेका थिए थी उहा बि कब्ज़ीअ जो मेन रीज़न आहे त कब्ज़ी खे लाहिण लाइ जीअं साहिबु चयो आहे उहो तव्हां कयो आयुर्वेदिक ऐं योगा उहे सभु सुठियूं आहिनि ॻाल्हियूं पर हीअ जेका मॉडर्न मेडिसिन आहे उहा हिकु टिके इलाज आहे तंहिंजे करे पंहिंजो टाइम अॼाए विञाइण सां बीमारी वधे थी मां बसि इहो चवणु चाहियो त जीअं कर्ज़ मर्ज़ आहे तीअं कब्ज़ बि मर्ज़ आहे ऐं मर्ज़ जी माउ आहे कब्ज़ खे हटायो थैंक यू सर
Thank you. I'll explain what Dr. Nandlal Sharda quoted. He spoke in Sindhi. He said there's a long said quote in Sindhi that कर्ज एक मर्ज है वैसे ही कब्ज भी एक मर्ज है और वो मर्ज की माँ है अगर आप कब्ज का इलाज करते हो, मीन्स इफ यू ट्रीट कॉन्स्टिपेशन, so you treat most of your disease. And that what I had presented in my slides was a good depiction of the management of constipation. So you may continue yoga and alternative medicine, but the sure shot therapy is modern medicine. Don't waste your time on alternative medicine alone. Add modern medicine to it. Answering the question of our participant regarding good time on the toilet seat. A very good question. Whosoever raised, I would appreciate his question. My take on this is, there are so many patients who sit a long time on the toilet seat. It is difficult asking them to give up this habit. એટલે હું પેશન્ટના સગાને કહું છું, હસબન્ડ બેસતો હોય તો એની વાઈફને કહું છું કે 3 મિનિટ પછી જઈને દરવાજો નોક કરવાનો. છોકરા બેસી જતા હોય તો પેરેન્ટ્સને કહું છું. For me, 3 minutes is the maximum time for one session. If anybody is habituated going 2 or 3 times, see that the cumulative time doesn't go more than 5 to 6 minutes. There are patients who go 2 times in the morning and 1 time in the evening, and then they say, સાહેબ તમે કહ્યું તું 3 મિનિટ ચાલશે એટલે 3 ના 4 મિનિટ થયા અને દરેક વખતે 4-5 મિનિટ બેસીને 10 થી 15 મિનિટ ટોયલેટ સીટ પર બેસવું is not advisable. The cumulative time also should not be more than 5 to 6 minutes in a day. The more you strain, the gravitational force also is going to work, the posture is going to work on your vessels, and ultimately they will get engorged and they will start bleeding.
And rightly said, sir. Today, due to this social media, everyone goes with the mobile, and then they used to chat on WhatsApp while sitting there. But yeah, they are wasting the time. Dharmendra Jain ji has he has raised the hand. I request him to, if he wants to ask anything.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, and thank you for such nice session. मेरा सर एक सवाल है कि मैं खुद ही इस चीज से सफर कर रहा हूँ. एक्चुअली इन 2012 जब मेरे को पहली बार इसमें से थोड़ा सा ब्लीडिंग हुआ था, तब मैं विजिट किया था डॉक्टर को. तो उस वक्त में उन्होंने बोला था कि ये पाइल्स है आपका एक. तो उस वक्त में एनोवेट करके क्रीम दिया था, तब मेरा ठीक हो गया था. उसके बाद यहाँ मुंबई आने के बाद मेरे को वापस 3 से 4 साल बाद फिर से ये थोड़ा सा हुआ, जो कंटिन्यूअस सेंसेशनल बर्निंग होता है, खुजली होती है, फिर उसके बाद में हल्का सा गीला सा पानी निकलना. तो मैं फिर यहाँ डॉक्टर से मिला था, विजय मलाड़ी सर हैं. तो दे एडवाइज कि नाउ इट्स नॉट पाइल्स, इट्स अ फिशुला.
सही बात है.
इट नीड्स सर्जरी. देयर आफ्टर अगेन 2-3 मंथ वो हॉट स्टीम बाथ लेने के बाद अगेन सेम एनोवेट क्रीम विच आई यूज्ड. देयर आफ्टर और कॉफी वगैरह या जो गर्म चीजें हैं वो बंद कर देने के बाद मेरा 2-3 महीने फिर से ठीक हो गया. लेकिन अभी सर समस्या ये है कि थोड़ा थोड़ा सा हल्का सा फिर भी मेरे को खुजली और जलन कभी कभी होता ही रहता है, और ऐसा लगता है कि अभी कुछ ना कुछ है वहां पर. तो क्या अल्टीमेट सॉल्यूशन है और उसको क्या करना चाहिए सर अभी?
धर्मेंद्र जी, आपने जो क्वेश्चन रेज किया है ना, वो बहुत ही बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है. बहुत सारे व्यूअर्स को इसका लाभ मिलेगा. मैं आपको एक बात बता दूं, जहां तक ये ऑइंटमेंट्स का सवाल है ना, मैं पेशेंट को कहता हूं कि आप एक काम करिए, पूरा बाथटब ऑइंटमेंट से भर दीजिए और उसमें कूद पड़िए. सुबह से शाम तक उसमें पड़े रहिए और ऐसा 1.5 महीना करिए, क्योंकि अपने ऑल्टरनेटिव मेडिसिन ही सबसे ज़्यादा कहती है कि कोई भी जख्म को भरने के लिए 6 हफ्ते चाहिए. बरोबर. अगर इन मलहम से और कोई ऑइंटमेंट से आपको फर्क पड़ता है तो उस दिन मैं प्रैक्टिस छोड़ दूंगा. ये सब सिम्टोमेटिक रिलीफ होती है. आप अगर एंडोस्कोपी कराओगे तो आपके पाइल्स अगर आज 2nd डिग्री के थे तो 6 महीने बाद वो 3rd डिग्री के होंगे, 1st डिग्री के कभी नहीं होंगे. यानी जो आपको एनोवेट से फर्क पड़ा था वो सिम्टम्स में हुआ था, क्योंकि उसमें स्टेरॉइड भी है और लोकल एनेस्थेटिक भी है. तो आपके सिम्टम्स ठीक हो गए थे, पाइल्स ठीक नहीं हुए हैं, पहली बात। दूसरी बात, जो आपको ये डिस्चार्ज आने लगा, वो क्या होता है कि पाइल्स के साथ लगभग 80 से 85% लोगों को फिशर्स होते हैं, जिसको गुजराती में वाड़िया कहते हैं, और हम लोग उसको जैसे होंठ फट जाता है ना, ऐसे कट पड़ जाता है नीचे, वहां से बैक्टीरिया अंदर जाता है और वो बटक तक एक रास्ता बना देता है, जिसको हम बगंदर कहते हैं और फिस्चुला कहते हैं। और ये फिस्चुला आज तक किसी का अपने आप बंद नहीं हुआ है, उसमें से डिस्चार्ज आना बंद हुआ है। आप एक सोनोग्राफी करवाइए या एमआरआई करवाइए, आपको काफी बड़ा फिस्चुला होगा, क्योंकि आप कह रहे हो कि साल भर हो गया है, तो काफी बड़ा फिस्चुला होगा, इसकी आपको सर्जरी ही करानी पड़ेगी।
जी सर। और सर्जरी में भी सर इसमें 3-4 ऑप्शन दिया था, जैसे कि फर्स्ट 4 सूत्र आयुर्वेद का है, देन उसके बाद लास्ट लेजर टेक्निक है, तो विच इज बेटर?
शास्त्र में एडवाइस नहीं करूंगा। लेजर अभी 2 साल से ही इंडिया में इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है, हम रोज करते हैं। चिराग प्रेजेंट है इधर, वो मिडास टच पर कई बार आते हैं, हम लोग डे इन डे आउट करते हैं। और अभी रिसेंटली हमने ट्रेनिंग वर्कशॉप भी ऑर्गेनाइज किया था। डायोड लेजर बहुत अच्छी चीज है, उसमें रियकरेंस कम होता है। फिस्चुला एक ऐसी चीज है, जब हम पढ़ते थे तो हमारे टीचर हमको क्या सिखाते थे कि फिस्चुला का पेशेंट आए ना, तो आप अपने सबसे खराब कॉम्पिटिटर के पास भेज दो और पेशेंट को समझा दो कि मेरे से बेहतर वो करता है। क्योंकि फिस्चुला में डॉक्टर को क्रेडिट नहीं मिलता है, बार बार होता है, तो उसमें रिकरेंस कम होता है। लेजर में चीर फाड़ नहीं होती है और ड्रेसिंग नहीं होता है। आप सर्जरी कराने के बाद दोपहर के बाद जा सकते हो। अगर आप मुंबई में हो तो आप मुझे पर्सनल मैसेज करिएगा, मैं 10 एक नाम दूंगा। पूरी दुनिया में हमारे यहाँ से ट्रेनिंग लिए हुए 177 सर्जन्स हैं। आप कोई भी जगह पर हो, आप मुझे मैसेज करिएगा, मैं आपको अच्छा कांटेक्ट दूंगा जिनको एक्सपीरियंस होगा इन चीजों का।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, थैंक यू। सर, वेयर कैन आई गेट योर नंबर?
You can ask the association, they will provide you my number.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So anyone if wants to take the benefit of our learned Dr. Ajit Kukreja sir, please you can also chat with him, or sir, can you say your number or contact detail or email?
Yes, for the benefit of the viewers, you can jot down my contact number. It's a WhatsApp number also. In case I don't attend, just drop in a line saying hi, call me back. At a convenient time, I'll call you back. My number is 93270 55802. I'll come back again, 93270 55802. And as far as digital communication is concerned, I have a very simple to remember website, piles2smiles.com. You can drop in email writing anything. You can write bishan@piles2smiles.com. It will reach me. Brijesh, you can write brijesh@piles2smiles.com. It will reach me. I have a catch-all server. Plus, there is an online consultation form also on the website. You can fill up and send it to me.
I have mentioned website address in the chat box. Sir, mobile number, if anyone remembered, then please.
I'll put up in the chat box.
Yeah, please, sir, please.
I put up my mobile number.
Yes, sir. So I guess everyone jotted down the number of expert doctors, sir. Ajit Kukreja ji. And sir, on behalf of Ahmedabad branch of WRC of ICAI, we all are thankful to you that ના કોઈને કહેવાય ના કોઈને સેવાય એવી વાત તમે એકદમ સહેજ રીતે કરી દીધી. And I guess everyone will take benefit of this talk and this lecture. So on behalf of Ahmedabad branch, we are thankful to you, sir. And we are also thankful to Dr. C.A. Anjali Choksi, who has organized this for the benefit of the members, and our chairman, C.A. Fanil Shah, sir, who has innovated this type of programs for the benefit of members. So, and thank you all participants for joining. Thank you very much. Namaste. We will be meeting in the evening for our another Pauranic scriptures talk on Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Join at that time.